I'm going to teach you the easiest way to learn every single NBA MVP throughout the entire history. So what you want to do is you want to group them together by name. So you got 3 Bobs. So you got Bob Cousy, Bob Pettit, and Bob McAdoo. 3 Bobs. Then you got the 3 W's. Wes Unseld, Willis Reed, Wilt Chamberlain. 3 W's. All their names start with W, and there are 3 Bobs. Then you got the 2 Bills, Bill Russell and Bill Walton. 2 Bills, 3 Bobs, 3 W's. After I get Bill Walton, typically I do Dave Cowens or Cohen's. I feel like Bill Walton and Dave Cowens are on the same tier of NBA MVPs, if you know what I mean. Then you got Robertson and Robinson, right? You got Oscar Robertson and David Robinson. Now we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kareem and Hakeem. Kareem Olajuwon. Wait, what the hell did I just say? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Hakeem Olajuwon. Kareem and Hakeem. Then you got the Malones, the Predator and Moses Malone. Now you're going to have Julius Erving. Julius Erving is one that you're just going to have to remember. But Moses Malone and Karl Malone, those are just the Malones. It's easy to remember Karl Malone. Just think of him as the Predator. That's my nickname for him. Now you got Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. These are just like legendary players that you should know. And now we go to Charles Barkley for the Phoenix Suns. Basically at the 2000s era, at this point, you should just kind of know it. If not, I'll try to teach you how to do it. You got Shaq, you got Kobe, you got Tim Duncan, you got Allen Iverson, you got Kevin Garnett, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, LeBron James. You know what's crazy? Shaq, AI, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe Bryant all have 1 MVP, but Steve Nash has 2. Isn't that kind of crazy to think about? Now, after that, you got Derrick Rose, and then it's just, if you don't know it past 2014, then maybe you should start there. So you got Westbrook, Durant, Curry, Harden, Antetokounmpo. If you don't know how to spell his name, good luck learning it. It took me a while. Jokic, Embiid, and Shea. It's pretty easy once you realize how to group them together by name. So Bob Cousy, Bob Pettit, Bob McAdoo, and then Willis Reed, Wilt Chamberlain, Wes Unseld, Kareem Hakeem, Bill Walton, Bill Russell, Dave Cowens. And then you got the Malones, and then you got, Julius Erving. And then after that, it's just kind of just legends. I mean, we already said a lot of legends, but it's more modern legends, like Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. It's pretty hard to forget about those ones. You got Robertson and Robinson. Don't forget about them. I feel like Charles Barkley is one that people might forget. Let's see what the most forgotten one is. Let's see the stats. Dave Cowens. Yeah, that makes sense. And then Bob McAdoo. Charles Barkley is pretty low. But it's really like, if you remember Bill Russell, you'll remember Bill Walton. If you remember Bill Walton, you should remember Dave Cowens. Just because in my head, I group them together because they're like the same level player. At least to me, because I don't know anything about them besides they're like both white and they won MVP within the 70s. So that's kind of how I group them together. Derrick Rose, you just shouldn't forget. The way I like to remember Derrick Rose was LeBron almost went back to back to back to back, but Derrick Rose stopped him. So that's a nice way of remembering him. But besides that, it should be pretty easy to remember them. If you remember the grouping them by name, you should be okay. And Dave Cowens. Somehow you just got to remember Dave Cowens.